Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the annual presentation of the State of the City for the City of Taylor. My name is Tanya Clayton, and I proudly serve as the president currently for the Rotary Club of Taylor. Thank you. The Rotary Club of Taylor proudly serves this community. Rotary is an international club, and Rotary is one of the largest service organizations in the world. So I am very proud to be serving in this capacity this year. Equally proud to serve this community of Taylor and our mayor, Mr. Tim Woolley. So in Rotary, first of all, you all can just assume that you are at a Rotary meeting. This is one of the largest Taylor Rotary meetings that we have every year, so welcome. It is customary for us to open with the ringing of the bell, so here we go. Rotary is now in session. So we will begin with the invocation by Pastor Ryan Bettinger.
We knew God was going to hear me, but now you can. So that's good. But let's pray together. Heavenly Father, thank you for this day and for this time that we have together. I thank you for the privilege of living in this great city and being able to serve it with our hearts, Father. And we ask that you would just bless this time today, and that it would be just a time of encouragement, a time of blessing. Lord, I also ask now that we know that we also come as a community with hurts. Father, a lot of things that have gone on, and Father, with 11-year-old Jacob Robinson passing tragically on Eureka Road, for the Bazura family and the loss in this community. God, I ask that you would be near to them, the families, and all those that maybe don't get that publicity. Father, we ask that you would be near to this community in that way. For that's what we are. We're a community of people together, and we hurt when each other hurt, and we rejoice when each other rejoice. And Lord, that's why we've gathered. We're also not only hurt, but we're hopeful for all that you have done, but all that you are going to do and in our community. And Father, we just thank you. We ask now that you would just bless the rest of this day and the rest of this event. May you be glorified and honored through it all. We thank you for your Son, Jesus Christ, who paid the price for our sins so that we could be in a relationship with you and know that you hear us even now in this prayer. And Father, we love you and we thank you for all that you do for us. It's in the name of your Son, Jesus, we pray. Amen.
Amen. All right, technology. Thank you, Pastor Ryan. Pastor Ryan is the pastor of the Northline Church right here in the city of Taylor. So, as I mentioned, Rotary is one of the oldest service organizations in the world. We are actually the oldest organization in the world. We have over 1.2 million members worldwide, 35,000 clubs, over 200 countries. So we are really large, and our mantra is service above self. And right here, although we are all over the world, right here in our own backyard, in this community, the Service Club of Taylor works with many organizations in helping with their service projects for underserved children, service projects for those in need, our veterans, and so many different things that we do to support this community. Our mantra, service above self, is shown in the way that we show up every week in our weekly meetings, and it's also shown when we are called upon to pull together and volunteer at different activities. Some of those activities, Northline Christmas Party that they have every year for underserved children. We work the Shred Day for the city of Taylor twice a year. We come together and partner with Macy's right here in the city and Myers and provide coats for those children in needs with through our child care programs in our schools. So many different things that we do. Our Night to Shine prom with 242 Church, we all just came together and volunteered there. So many different things that we do to serve this community in our service above self mantra. Another important way that Rotary contributes is we raise money and we give it away. So that's one of the biggest things that we do to serve our communities. We have supported organizations like Children with Hair Loss, our food pantry right here, Fish and Loaves Food Pantry right here in the city of Taylor, and so many more. So there are so many things that we do in our city, and we're always looking for more opportunities to serve. So if there are projects that you have, ideas that you have, come and join us. We'd love to have you, and you too can be a part of the service that we provide right here in the city of Taylor. So there are 3 signature events that we do, and we want you to watch out for these dates. The first one is our Wounded America Charity Ride. We do that every summer. This year is going to be on Saturday, July 18th. Our motorcyclists come out. It's a beautiful sight to see. We host it right at Harley-Davidson on Telegraph, and the motorcycles go out under that flag, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful thing. And that event goes directly to serve our veterans that have been harmed or wounded in service. So that's an important one. And for those of you who are businesses, we showcase our business partners at that event. You'll see some of those pictures coming up a little bit later. Our charity golf fundraiser. If you are a golfer in this room, you do not want to miss our charity golf fundraiser, Thursday, August 20th, right here at the Lakes of Taylor. So we're looking forward to you all signing up for that, talking to us about it so that you can get involved. And for the businesses in this room, we would love to have you to partner with us so that we can showcase your business at our event. Another event that we do that we're super proud of is our Law Enforcement Appreciation Day. This is our state police versus the City of Taylor Police baseball or softball game. Very exciting event. This is not a fundraiser, but it's something that we do every year for those families as in appreciation for the work that they do when they're on the front lines with us for us each and every day. So those are the things that we do, and we're super proud of it. And I just want the Rotarians in the room to just raise your hand really quickly so everyone can see who you are. Thank you for being here, and including our own mayor, who is super active with our Rotary Club. We are very, very proud of that. One of the things that we love to do is acknowledge each other. We love to acknowledge people. We love to acknowledge our community. So one of the things that we do at the State of the City every year is our Paul Harris Fellow Award. This award is given to individuals in the community who show acts of service either through heroism, did I say that right? Heroism, through acts of service, different things that they may do in our community. This year, we have our special guest, a special honoree, Mr. Giuseppe Persicone. Can you stand? And Larry, is Larry in the, do you have the award? You can come forward. We all call him Joe. You all know that, right? Come on forward, Joe. Do you have the award? So, we just want to acknowledge you right here in front of the city for everything that you do. You never say no. I don't know, Joe. Has Joe ever said no to anybody in this room? You never say no.
I've been working in the city of Taylor from 1970, but worked together, I built.
And we love you for that. We love you for that. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.
And we will have your pin for you.
Everyone.
Okay.
You get a certificate too, coming.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Can I kiss you?
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you,
Grazie,
Simon.
thank you.
You are
Grazie,
very welcome.
thank you, everyone. God bless you all. Anything I could do, I help them out, okay?
Thank you, Joe. Don't answer your phone, Joe. You didn't know I knew about that, did you? Okay, this year we have a few milestone awards in our Taylor Rotary Club. And we are very, very proud to present those awards here in front of the city for those that have served over 50 years in this club. So we're super proud of that. Is Enrico here? Did he make it here yet? Enrico's not here yet? Okay, we may have to come back to Enrico. Enrico Muto has served 50 years in this Rotary Club. We are so proud of that, and we have an award for him. If he makes it before the end of my time, then we will call him up. But for now, we're going to move forward to another 50-year Rotarian in the city of Taylor, Mr. Robert Williams. Let's give him a round of applause as he comes. Come on up, Bob. Come on up. Come on up. Bob, we are very proud. I'm going to ask the Rotarians in the room to stand. We are very proud to present to you the Service Above Self Award. And it says, Service Above Self, presented to Robert G. Williams for 50 years of service since October 1st, 1974, presented by the Rotary Club of Taylor.
Thank you.
That's for you. Thank you, Bob. Thank you, thank you. Now, the next and the last milestone award, many of you in this room knows Anthony Nacita. He has served as a judge in this city, but for Taylor Rotary, he will be celebrating his 70th anniversary, 70 years as a Taylor Rotarian. So let's give him a round of applause. Tony could not be here with us today, but my husband and I went and spent time with him on Saturday, and he gave us so much history about this beautiful city. We went back, Larry Wright and I, on Monday, and we took a video of him because, it was just going to be a challenge for him to be here today. So we would like to play this video for you. It's very short, but just him showing his gratitude. Judge Tony Nacita. Anthony Nacita,
right.
But the city and everyone knows you as Tony, and we are here today to celebrate your 70th year in Taylor Rotary.
Well, they've been great years. I remember vividly becoming a member on December 6, 1956. Rotary, to me, has been a camaraderie that I have with the members. I can still count on anytime I need a friend. The things that I've been able to be involved in Rotary, enjoy Rotary while you're young enough to do it, and don't wait until you're 97 like I am.
That's our buddy, Tony Nacita. Let's give him another round of applause. It was such a joy sitting with him and just learning so much about the history of this city. And he had so many wonderful stories to share, and I was just so happy to be in this company and to be able to get those. We have to celebrate people while they're here with us so they know and feel the love, right? I almost said amen because I'm not in church, but okay. So, as I mentioned, Taylor Rotary Club, we are people of action. We come together, we volunteer, we come together, we raise money, we come together, we give it away. And that's what we do. We have a beautiful social atmosphere. We all get together once a month for our evening socials and just with our spouses and have a great time. So it's work, it's play, and it's just very, very much awarding, and it is very impactful. I do have a video, a very short video here, for you to see some of the ways that we are people in action. the abilities that you have and the ways that you can serve your community. As I mentioned, we are people of action. We come together to serve, but we cannot do it without the help of each other. So this slide before you is an invitation for you to become a corporate member of our Taylor Rotary Club. Usually what we will showcase is a sponsorship package. But this year we have made a change and we have included the sponsorship package in our corporate membership. You can join the likes of Bubba's 33, Varan Funeral Services. We have Texas Roadhouse, Home 2 Suites, so many different businesses, Prestige Banquet Hall. So the DBA, Downriver Business Association. I don't want to leave anyone out, but so many different corporate members that come together to help us to do what we do. Many of you in your businesses are looking for ways to give back to the community. You have corporate service initiatives in your strategic plans, and you don't have time to figure out what type of project you can do or how to bring people together. Well, the easiest way you can do that is by joining your Taylor Rotary Club and sending a designee every other week or so. We meet weekly, and coming and joining us in our service initiatives. I know that you saw in that video all of the different sponsorship signs. That's what we do for our corporate members. Your signage will be put out for every major event that we do throughout the year. So think about it while you're having your lunch. Think about joining us on our crusade to change this community, better the community, and do what we can as people of action, putting service above ourselves. All right, so with that being said, we are now going to bring forward our Director of Communications, Mr. Carl Zymick.
Okay, folks, thank you, Tanya, and good morning, everyone. Hopefully everybody is doing well. We got a lot of smiling faces in the crowd. First thing we'd like to recognize is our elected officials, beginning at the local level with our new city council. Most of them are seated right up here. These are 4-year posts that started in November of last year, starting with Chairman Charlie Johnson, if you'd like to stand and be recognized. Mayor Pro Tem Ron Thiede. And Councilman Christian Armstrong, Dan Wallace, Gerald Thomas, Bill Patz, and Chris Clark. Pictured on the line below on the slideshow are Mayor Tim Woolley, Clerk Cindy Bauer, our new treasurer Nick Dragoni, District Court Chief Judge Victoria Shackelford. Representing our community on the state and county level are State Senators Darren Camilleri and Erica Geis, State Representatives Jamie Thompson and James DeSena, County Executive Warren Evans, and Commissioner Alex Garza. And representing Taylor at the federal level are U.S. Representative Shri Tadadar and U.S. Senators Alyssa Slotkin and Gary Peters. There are always a lot of other faces in the crowd that we enjoy seeing at this time of year. Those include, I believe I saw Brittany Carmona here. Brittany, can you stand up wherever you are? Brittany is our first female magistrate in the history of the court, which is outstanding. Well, we should also have Robert McCrae, Mayor of Romulus, in the crowd, I believe. Andy Swift, the mayor of Riverview. Joe Cuspa, the mayor of Southgate. Our old friend Jeff Dobick, the city administrator from Riverview. Get up, Jeffrey, come on. Phil Peters, I believe, is around here somewhere. Hi, Phil. Dan Bazura, both the chief of staff and the director of the Junior League World Series. Danny, where are you, Danny? There he is. Danny never likes to get up. We also have Sam Pizzo, one of the founders of the World Series. Always great to see Sam around. Kyle Wright is here from the conservatory. Kyle. Mike Uyghur, superintendent of schools. Mike's back there. And Andy Stevie, who heads up our Wayne County Community College District. There's Andy. All right, and now for our featured speaker. Let me page this up a little bit. And it seems long ago now that Tim Willey was first elected to city council. That was back in 2013. He was one of a totally new group. All new city council members, new mayor, new city clerk, new treasurer. They faced the Herculean task of fixing a $5 million structural deficit, closures across the city, layoffs that just happened due to the recession, and the like. That group got things done. They erased that deficit and turned it into a surplus. They supported reopening buildings, restarting programs, and basically putting the community back on level ground. Tim, meanwhile, worked his way up the ranks. He and another councilman, Dan Bazura, often saw things differently and developed a deep friendship through talking their different perspectives out. When Alex Garza, then the council chair, successfully ran for the state house, Tim became the chairman of the council. Just a couple of years later, Tim took 51% of the vote and became only the 8th man to serve as mayor in the city of Taylor. 4 years later, in November of last year, Tim was returned to the mayor's post with a whopping 76% of the vote. Why does a resident rise to excel as a political leader? A few years ago, former councilwoman Angie Winton summed up Tim Willey's attributes by saying how much she's respected the fact that he's not scared to jump in and actually do the work. Kind of a less talk, more work mantra. While I agree with Angie's opinion, there's always more to it than that. Tim is a homegrown guy. He's faced very difficult times growing up. He lost a brother in a horrendous house fire. He spent time in the Middle East as a forward observer for the 2nd Armored Division, where decisions truly meant life and death. I can see how those experiences molded the mayor into the husband and father that he is today. Over the past few years, the mayor and the city have had a number of successes. Vast improvements in technology, especially when it comes to our first responders in police and fire, solid finances and well thought out contracts, infrastructure improvements. But as the head of communications in the city, I'm also behind the scenes enough to see that Tim rarely, if ever, takes the easy way out when it comes to decision making. Last year, for instance, in the middle of an election season, there were several times when he had to take controversial positions that could have hurt him in the election. But he made those tough decisions because he thought they were the right thing for the community. It wasn't about worrying about himself. It was more worrying about what was right for the community. Now, no administration is perfect. Oh, for Christ's sake. Oh, for Christ's sakes. John Blair, I thought you guaranteed me that you got rid of that a month ago. It's probably now pinging somebody who's trying to sleep in Pinconning. Thank you, Joe, for turning that off and overriding it. That's tremendous. Like I said, nothing is ever perfect. So without further ado, here's Tim Woolley. Let's go. Set that down.
Well, thank you so much. I figured it'd be a good joke to start things off, you know. And just, you know, to add to that, we did have NASA reach out to us. I guess on the day we put that alert out, NASA got some funny messages come across their board. So apparently we even reached the heavens with that alert that went out that day. So, but you know, it's good to let everybody know that there was a snow emergency that day. So sometimes technology can get the best of us, but it's good to know it works, right? So today, you know, I'm glad Carl brought up some of those things, and believe it or not, I didn't pay him to say that stuff. Teamwork is huge with me, and those kind of things that Carl said, you know, it's all about the team. And, you know, I'm fortunate to have such a great team to work with every day. It really motivates me to get up and go to work every day. The things that are thrown at me every day is just unbelievable. And to me, that's what makes Taylor a success. You know, just going into it, you know, talking about coming this spring and summer in the 26th year, we got the Taylor Recreation is coming out. We got our Lang Park opening this year. This is an absolute incredible situation, or I should say park. And this video that you're seeing now is just kind of what we have in place right now. We're going to be opening it, and it is going to be amazing. We're doing this in conjunction with Wayne County through a grant, and they basically split the difference with us. It's going to be state of the art. We're going to have, you know, this is the dog park area here. And we're going to have, I guess I should probably narrate it as it's going along, but make it a little easier. So this is the dock area where we're going to have a fishing area and stuff like that. We're going to have walking trails through there. As you can see the reflection, that's one of our new drones and stuff. So, but this area here, eventually we'll be able to add to that, maybe some rentals for kayaks and all that other stuff. This is the new sled hill. Unfortunately, you know, it started to thaw just as we went over there and got it. So, but this will be another great sled hill that we'll have in the city of Taylor. It's still being shaped as of right now. And this is the incredible playscape that we have here, fully, you know, where everybody is able to use it. It's the pour-in-place padding material on the floor, on the ground. Both, you know, everybody can use it, fully inclusive, you know, and that's what makes it such a great thing that we're doing there. So we're really excited about that. And this is, you know, an idea that we threw out, you know, as soon as we came in, and it's taken a little while, but we're finally going to be able to break ground on it this year. So really want to thank Wayne County for joining together with us, and that was really early in the ARPA game. And when we sat down with them, they jumped on board really quick with it and stuff. So that's going to be an incredible groundbreaking or ribbon cutting when we open it this year. And so look forward to seeing as many people out there and enjoying this park. It's not just going to be a Taylor thing. It's literally going to be a Wayne County thing. And, people are really going to enjoy that. Moving on to the next project in that area, or in the south end of Taylor. As you can see, we have the Eureka Road Corridor project currently going on right now. I know it's a little bit of a traffic nightmare down there. They had Racco Road closed for a while, but this project, believe it or not, has been going since 2017. We have ran into many delays, permitting issues, Eagle issues. It even led to the delay of Chick-fil-A opening for the longest time because of that drain there. However, we finally got it all worked out to where this project almost got pulled just because it was getting so long. But now we finally got it rolling, and you can see it's really moving along well. And they're starting, and now they're over by Telegraph. They're going to start encapsulating the drain in front of Myers completely to where that'll all be green, and you'll be able to see, and there'll be a walkway through there and stuff, and it'll be much nicer visually as well. And then they're going to go across to the mall area and stuff where they've already done some behind Chick-fil-A as well. So It's going to be a beautiful project. It's going to take a little while. I know it's a headache, definitely. Once they get completed with that, we'll be, I think everybody will be really happy with the progress. And not only that, just the beauty of that area. Where we're at right now in this banquet room, one of the things we wanted to do is, you know, this room really hasn't changed since this place has been built. It's dated in here. And it's the same way over at Taylor Meadows. So both Lakes and Meadow golf courses will be upgraded with brand new banquet room furniture. This is long overdue, an improvement that will enhance both the look, the comfort, and experience. So this is something that will be done through, it's already in our purchasing department right now. I'm sure you can feel on some of those chairs, you're probably sitting on the wood and there's not much padding in them, so that's why I'm gonna try to get you out of here as quick as possible. So my apologies. Heritage Park's Playscape, that's tough to say. So we currently have a playscape that we put in probably roughly 5-6 years ago. Heritage Park is still the diamond of our city, in my opinion. So we looked at, you know, one of the things that I always wanted to do since I've got here is just having parks where everybody can play together. Whether, you know, limited mobility, whether they're in a wheelchair, or just, you know, anybody that's able to get around, but everybody can play together in the same spot. And so that's something that, you know, me and Guido and everybody, we sat down and talked about. And even though we had just put this playscape in, we still felt that we could still do this. And with help from Senator Geis, we secured a grant last year, and we're going to put in a completely, fully inclusive, state-of-the-art playscape with an estimated cost of over $1 million. And this is funded through a state MEDC grant and only 10% by the city. So this is going to be the pour in place, and we're actually going to be able to put the pour in place under the current existing playscape. And as you can see on the photo over there, that red boxed in area is going to be the area where the new playscape is going to be, fully inclusive. And we can't really put a picture because it's out for bid right now. So we can't, you know, steer any direction that we want to go. So, and then you can see over in the swing area, we're going to replace those swings with Mom and Me swings, they're called, and we're going to put the pour and play material on the ground there as well. And those little black lines are going to be connected, I can't even pronounce the word, connectivity paths to where people can get to those areas with no issues at all. So it's going to be another great addition to Heritage Park. You know, the diamond just continues to get brighter, in my opinion. Also in Heritage Park, pickleball. This is one of the most popular sports going on right now. One of the newest and most popular sports in the country. Pickleball is coming to Taylor. 3 fenced-in lighted courts will be built in Heritage Park this spring. It's an approximately $365,000 project to be built near the area of the old outdoor and sand volleyball courts in the park. So when you come in off of Pardee, it's basically where the, you know, if you remember where the old sand volleyball courts will be, or were. That's where we're going to put those pickleball courts. So another nice addition to Heritage Park. You know, we're careful, we don't want to overdo it at Heritage Park, but there's certain things that we feel are good additions, and both these are just great additions to, you know, our diamond. It's Taylor Summer Festival. So as we already put out there, on June 25th through the 28th is the date of the festival. The Friday night lineup has been chosen already. We were able to secure country acts this year. A lot of people have gone country. I'm not the biggest country acts or person, I should say, so I'm not really familiar with any of these people. I hear Chase Rice is very popular. He just put out, he's going to be the headliner. Zach John King is also an up-and-comer. I guess he's good friends with Morgan Wallen, and I guess he's really, you know, one of the top dogs in the industry for country. I did see Family Tradition Band a few years ago, and they were really, really good. And so it's nice to have them opening up the night this year. So we're pretty excited about that. I think it was probably 2 or 3 days ago that we were able to secure the band we do have for Rock Night, and it's a band called Bad Flower. I am familiar with this band. They're a newer rock band. They are very good, in my opinion. They're one of the newer rock bands. It kind of seems like rock is not as popular as it used to be, but this band is one of the hopefuls that I'm thinking is going to carry on the tradition. Have a couple great songs. They came out with a song called Ghost roughly 5 years ago. That was really, really incredible song, still is. And another song that I really like is called The Jester. So if you get a chance, check them out. We reached out to another band to see if they would be willing to open the show, and we're still waiting to hear from them. But believe it or not, rock was a little tougher this year than country, but we got out there early, so that's the name of the game. So pretty excited about that. This is new this year. Dennis came to met with me this year, and he was talking about this was something that he wanted to do. It's called the Wall That Heals. It's a mobile wall that tours the country, and it only picks so many spots a year. And it's a program of the Vietnam Veterans Memorial Fund, founders of the Wall. And it's like an education center. And it's a beautiful thing. I'm still learning a little more about it because there's different walls that tour the country. This one, I believe, is for Vietnam veterans that made it home but ended up passing from, things from Vietnam. Mostly like Agent Orange or just wounds that just over time ended up getting them, So I think it's a great idea. We're very blessed to have it here in the city of Taylor. When he came to me about the idea, I said anything we can do to kind of help make this happen, we definitely want to be on board. And I know that learning about it and stuff, some of the people in the city hall are actually going through. I know my assistant Michelle is trying to get her dad added to this wall, and I believe Kimber is as well, because both of them lost their parents or their father from complications with Agent Orange. So it's a great tribute to those that made it home but ended up passing away from their tour in Vietnam. So this is going to be there through August 13th through the 16th. And I know they are looking for corporate sponsors as well to help cover this cost, because there is a cost to this. And you'll see it on my Facebook page. I'll be sharing it. But Dennis, is it Schlemmer? Yeah, I always mess his last name up, so I apologize. But through the auxiliary at the VFW is basically running this, and it's a great situation. And it's actually going to be there during the Little League World Series. So we're going to have these people from all over the world and the country, and this will be another great thing in Heritage Park that they'll be able to come see while they're there watching the baseball games as well. Leading into the Little League World Series, our annual event, one of the biggest draws that Taylor, Michigan has. One of the things that we talk about every year, I look forward to every year. My Chief of Staff, Dan Bazura, is now the director. Mr. Pizzo, one of the founders, is sitting in attendance. We look forward to this every year. The whole city comes together. As I said, people from all over the world have been doing this, and they've been doing it since 1981. It's an incredible opportunity for people to come out and watch some great baseball. And I know there's a lot of residents that park their chairs out there for that entire week. I know my dad's usually out there in center field, and it's just a great week of baseball, and a lot of people look forward to it every year, including myself. Speaking about Junior League World Series, can't talk about the Junior League World Series without talking about this gentleman. We lost Mr. Mazura roughly maybe a month ago, a few weeks ago. My condolences go out to the Bazura family. Like I said, Dan is not only my Chief of Staff, but he's really become a great friend. I first met Greg in 1981 when the Junior League World Series first came to be. I knew him as Mr. Bazura. We were a host family. And back then, when the kids come and played in Taylor, they stayed with families. And we were one of those. And we looked forward to it every year. It was a great time. And I knew Mr. Bazura just from walking around the park, and he was the director. And he always had this stern, I was scared of him. He always just had this, stern look on his face, but he was always the nicest guy, but he just intimidated the heck out of me. So I always knew him as Mr. Bazura, hey, Mr. Bazura, and he always smiled and said hi and stuff. But I didn't really get to know him as Greg until 2013 when me and Dan started serving together on council. And it was funny because somebody that I thought I was intimidated by and, that I thought was just, I didn't realize what a great sense of humor he had. And getting to know him, he used to love this 4 a.m. comes early. I learned that real quick. And he'd say, hey, I got to go. 4 a.m. comes early. I'm like, what do you got going on at 4 a.m.? Nothing. 4 a.m. comes early. And he got me a couple times early on that, and finally I got his joke, and stuff. But just a great man, a pillar in the community. I think he was a Paul Harris Award recipient in the past, and a huge loss. And when somebody like that goes, the outpouring of support I know Dan received and his family, the amount of people that walked through Varan Funeral Home, the amount of social media just shows you the type of person he was. So again, my condolences to you and your family, Dan. So by the numbers, basically, Taylor, we're doing really, really good. And that's about teamwork as well. This is about department heads managing their money. This is about a great budget and finance department. This is about a great CFO that pinches every penny, that reminds us, hey, Jason, can we do this? Hey, Jason, can we do that? Do we have money in the budget? Do we have this and that? So that goes a long way, and trust is a huge part. And that's why I honestly believe where we are. And, as far as our audits, our annual audit for fiscal 2025, Plant Moran presented an annual audit of the City of Taylor's finance showing that there were no errors or corrections, while noting that the city, again, added to its unassigned fund balance or its rainy day fund. When they're saying there's no errors or corrections, that's basically 100%. So that's really good. And again, that's a credit to our department heads and our budget and finance department. The general fund unassigned fund balance as of June 30th of $2.6 million represents approximately 39.8% of our current year expenditures, which represents approximately 145 days of reserves. The city's general fund increased the fund balance to approximately $4 million during 2025, which is greater than the planned budget increase of $1.3 million. So we actually added to a little more than we expected. So again, great management by department heads and budget and finance, and there's tax, home values are going up in Taylor. So again, Taylor for 2 years in a row is the #1 for first-time home buyers in Southeast Michigan. And I'm very happy about that. So we want to keep that record going. Our general fund revenue last year in 2025, up $55,947,000. We just, property taxes, yeah, they're going up, but everybody wants to sit there and say, our taxes are going up. It means our home values are going up. So that's a good thing. I know nobody likes to pay higher taxes, including me. I still pay taxes. But the good thing is Taylor's on the rise, and we want to keep it going that, and we do that by, ordinance enforcement, cleaning up the city the best we can. And that's what we're going to kind of do, or continue to do, I should say. Not kind of, we're going to continue to do. Annual audit for fiscal year 2025, the revenue in Taylor was up 4%. The increase mainly attributed to the property tax revenue. As home values increased, the property tax increase amounted to approximately $13.3 million. The revenue increases represents a lengthy story that began around 2009 and hasn't quite come to its final chapter. So here's a chart right here. And so many of us, like me, or Chairman Johnson, Mr. Bazura, when we were on council, when we came in 2013, you know, we took that hit in 2008 roughly, and we dropped so low, and then we're finally almost getting back to that. And it's taken us a long time to get there, but we're just now getting back. So, you know, that's another reminder. If we wouldn't have took that big plunge, imagine what taxes would be now. So, not that I want that to happen again. Here's our added. Here's just a visual of where the money is divided. So, out of every dollar, 15.2% goes to Wayne County, 47.4% goes to the city of Taylor, and 37.4% goes to the schools. Overall, the city receives 47%. Completed and ongoing legacy projects. Renovated and expanded Taylor Animal Shelter. This is basically one of the proudest things that we've accomplished over the last few years, or I should say that I'm most proud of. We got a short video here that we're going to be showing. This is our fully renovated and new addition to our animal shelter. And Joe, I think you want to start the video. And this is Sean. He's going to be narrating it. And he couldn't make it here today. He's on vacation, but it just shows you what our new animal shelter looks like, and there's so many people to thank when it's done.
Hello, this is the new Taylor Animal Shelter. In 2025, we expanded and renovated. We went from 5,000 square feet to 15,000 square feet. So you're in our main lobby here. We're going to take you on a tour. We have the cat side to my right here, the dog side to my left. We're going to take you through. You're going to meet some of our staff, and they're going to individually show you what we have new here, new and improved. So this is our multi-purpose room. We've never had one of these before. It's perfect for pictures of Santa, events, anything we want to use it for. If we have some nice weather, we have a garage door, which Joe will show you when he spins around, that we can open. We have a screen that we could drop down to keep the bugs out, things like that. And you can go sit out on the patio, have a coffee, sit with the dog, enjoy the nice weather. And as you can see, we have windows all the way around. The old shelter didn't have any natural light, or a lot of it anyways, so we like to bring that natural light in. But definitely it's a nice room to have. We recently did pictures with Santa this year. It was a hit. We have our own space. We don't have to go anywhere. We can set up right here and people come right to us, which is nice. So not only is this an animal shelter, we also do ordinance out of here too. So before, we really didn't have a separate area where we can conduct ordinance violations, basically inputting them into the computer, or a separate area where you have to do court on Zoom, which is nice because you can go in a room, close the door, be on Zoom, not have that background noise, and it's a really nice area to use. Also, I forgot to mention, you're going to see our logos everywhere, which is very important. We had a logo actually made by the Media Center, and it's nice to have that big, nice logo that's specific to our shelter, because believe it or not, a lot of people don't even know we had an animal shelter. So we like to have that logo everywhere to put it out there. So you're gonna see that a lot too. All right, so these are our meet and greet rooms, which is a brand new addition that we never had before, which are very important. So we have 3 of them. So if you want to bring your dog in to meet a potential dog that you'd like to adopt, you can come through here. You have your own private area. So we name them basically. So the first one is named after Gilly. He was a dog that was unfortunately hit by a car, and he passed away. So we named this the Gilly room. The second room is named after prior councilwoman that passed away. It's the Angie Croft room. We have a picture of her dog AJ on the door, just like we do with the Gilly door. The third one, we haven't named yet, but we have some ideas, so it's something we're going to work on as well. So this is something that's a new addition as well. This is the volunteer break room. We have really good volunteers. They're super dedicated. Right now, we've obviously have a few inches of snow on the ground. They're out there walking all the dogs. They're super dedicated. So we thought it'd be nice for them to have their own place to eat lunch, to take a break, especially in weather like this. So they've got their own little refrigerator, microwave, sink. We have lockers here for them. They have their own whiteboard if they want to. They kind of write a schedule for the dogs when they're walked, who goes, when, what time, things like that. So this is definitely a nice upgrade that we never had before. So this is our new intake area, and we named it after Dr. Herman, which was a mobile vet that unexpectedly passed away. But the tradition's still carried on by Dr. Tina, and she still comes and uses this new and improved intake area. Before, we actually had a garage that we would intake animals in, if you can imagine. Now, it's set up just like a vet, as if you would go to the vet. This is all hospital grade material. We have a scale, we have a medical table that we can use or the vet can use. We have intake areas where we can take animals to hold them a day or two before putting them in general population, which we didn't have before, which is nice, because you never know if they're sick or anything like that. So we're set up to vaccinate. We can place them in a nice safe room, and then in a day or two we can move them into general population.
All right, so this is our food prep area. We never had that in an old shelter, and it's very nice to be able to have your own room to be able to feed the animals. And then we have a small dog and puppy room with kennels in it for small dogs to keep them away from the big dogs. And then we have kennel 1 and kennel 2, and they have a divider in the cages, so they could go both sides if they wanted to. And for the volunteers, when they walk them, they could come in one way and go out one way, because there's several doors back there, so they don't have to intermingle when the traffic when they're walking the dogs. We also have a dog wash area around the corner, and there's also a divider from the animals right in the middle of each kennel, so they don't see each other from across the aisles. This is our outdoor kennel area. We have 6 of them, and it's kind of like a backyard. They can roam around, play in them. And in these 3, there's artificial grass inside of them. And then, like what they're doing now is volunteers goes in there, plays with the dogs, and about it. And sometimes they just leave them in there, walk another dog, and then rotate them out.
Welcome to the Taylor Animal Shelter Cat Room. It's brand new, and our new cages, our cats have a lot more room than they did previously. They're actually 3-tiered, and they also have it sectioned off so that their litter is separate from them. So cats do not like being around litter, dirty litter, so it really does make their experience being here a lot better. One of the other things that we have now is meet and greet rooms. We have 3, complete with different activities cats can participate in, shelves, ladders, different cool places for them to kind of hang out and look out the windows. And one other thing in our cat room, we have natural lighting, which we didn't have before. We have lighting with windows on the side, and we also have lighting through the ceiling as well, skylights. So the cats can enjoy just natural lighting, which is really nice and perks up everybody's mood. We have our room kind of decorated, just kind of tropical flowers, plant-like. cats love plants. Just trying to keep it kind of light and airy in here. We have two sides to the cat room. We have this side, and then we have a whole nother side where we can house quite a few different cats. We also have our sink here so volunteers can wash their hands in between petting cats. So that helps a lot. We also have a cat washing station, just like we do in our dog area, and that can be used if we have a cat that comes in that's in bad shape, that we need to clean up a little bit. And let's see, what else do we have here? We have multiple cabinets for storage where we have our cleaning supplies, food, treats for the cats. We also have first aid kits handy just in case anything happens. We know cats can scratch, and we're prepared if anything does happen to any of our guests. And we just hope that this is as warm and welcoming as it was designed to be, because we want everybody to feel welcome and feel comfortable adopting that next family pet.
All right, everybody, thank you for coming along on a tour of the animal shelter with us. I'd like to thank everybody that was involved, from the mayor to Dan Bazura, Ralph and his guys at DPW, the water department, Parks and Rec, Tifa, City Council. Everybody chipped in and gave some type of help or advice. And it was just awesome to be a part of this positive revitalization of the building, and to see this nice project get done and completed. I grew up in the city, and I get a kick out of things like this when properties are fixed up and improved. It was just an awesome experience. Anytime you like to come down, come on down, and we'll give you a tour if you'd like one, and we can show you our dog and cat rooms, and maybe adopt a pet or two.
Wow, isn't that great? So I watched that video before we actually show, and I've known Sean. He's a fellow Irishman like myself, but after watching that video, I teased him. I said, "You must be half Italian," because he was, definitely doing the YMCA the whole time and stuff. But he did a great job there and stuff. And he, as you can see, he hit the nail on the head at the end there. You talk about teamwork. They, so many departments helped in. We didn't have a general contractor on this project. We decided to do it in-house. Not to say that we would ever do that again, but a lot of departments all came together and we worked hard, and we have a beautiful finished project. But there was definitely some headaches and learning experiences along the way. Our next one is our new playscape and pavilion over at the Heritage Park Petting Farm. This is a quick video here that we have, all the new things that we've done over there. As you can see, this is the new pour-in-place park where kids can play. The new barn that's behind there, you can now, we can do party rentals. We have schools that do actual, what are they called? Field trips, there you go. I had a mind blank there. But they can set up little classrooms in there and bring in animals and do some educational things in there as well. You can see this. This is where they do that. And it's really cool for the kids to come in there and learn a bunch of different things about the farm and the animals as well. So this is another thing that Senator Geis helped us get. And we also use this facility. We used to have to put our hay into tractor trailer trucks. And being able to build this, we now can store our hay right there at the location. And when you store it in those trucks, sometimes it can dry rot or go bad and stuff. So we have a properly, basically ventilated barn that we can store that hay in and stuff. So it's a great addition to the park, and if you've never been to our petting farm, it's a really nice place, and I would highly encourage it. We got some great little animals over there. Our team does a great job taking care of those animals in the area, and It's just another, that's why I love Heritage Park so much. There's so much to do over there. Now we're going to go into our DPW water and lead line replacement program. This is something we kicked off basically last year. It's something we're really motivated at doing, but we're trying to get homeowners to help us as much as possible. Taylor Lead Lines Removal Program exceeded Eagle's mandated 5% per year of confirmed lead lines replacement, performing at 23% last year. We are still actively sending out our lead line questionnaires in hopes to find more lead lines. Unfortunately, the response to them is below 30% and well below our expectations. A $1 million grant will help offset expenses this program and still at no cost to the residents. We actually even have more than $1 million, and we are paying for this. We need residents to help us. We're going to continue to send out these flyers. We're going to continue to show videos. We're going to continue to put it on our social media. The lead line is the line that comes from the main into the house. And there's ways in these photos you can see to identify that, and helping us do that just saves us a lot of time and energy. We will come out and check. The biggest thing we're running into is some people just don't want us to have to dig up their yard, or they just, you know, it's an inconvenience for them. But at the end of the day, at some point, the city meets its obligation. It's going to fall on the homeowner, you the homeowner. And I think when this deadline is up, once the city meets its obligation for you to sell a house or buy a house, this is going to have to be done at either the expense of the current homeowner or the person buying the home. And it can probably, at about that time, it's going to be around $10,000 to $15,000. So take advantage of this. We're doing this on a regular basis, and we at least get you on the list. We can still check for lead, and you know, as long as the levels are okay, we're replacing them as quick as we can, and our DPW does a great job at this. So please help us help you. What was it, Jerry Maguire? Help me help you. Our rental department program has been brought back to life. City Council passed this about a year or two ago, and we're still in that process of billing it. This year we've kind of finally got it rolling. We now have, well, we had a rental inspector, but he went and got his license, and now he's a building inspector, which we needed, which is good, but now we need a rental inspector again. But this is an issue we were having. We have a lot of rental homes in the city of Taylor, and we want to make sure that these homes are properly inspected. And that's one of the issues that was not happening the way it should have been. Some of these homes are just being turned over without being inspected properly, and that's not good for the renter, you know, and we want to make them safe. This protects the tenant health and safety. It improves housing quality. It holds landlords accountable, and the neighborhood stability and data for better housing policy. That's the biggest thing too, is just getting the data of how many rentals we have, where they're at, and just keeping track of that. Public safety in the city of Taylor. One of the big priorities of pretty much everybody in the city of Taylor, including mine. Grant funding delivered modern technology and new gear in our fire department. Technology upgrades across and all apparatus approved response, safety, and on-scene reporting. GPS-based Opticom installed citywide to safety control traffic signals during responses. Upgraded turnout gear, rescue equipment, and specialized rescue training. It's a priority of mine, and I think council's, to make sure that our public safety is properly equipped and has the equipment, or you know, to wear the equipment to be safe, to have the equipment to be safe, to drive the equipment to be safe. You know, they have a responsibility to protect us, but they also have a responsibility. We have a responsibility to protect them. So we're going to continue to do that, and that's what we do. Expanding capacity to meet record demand. Place fire medic on downriver SWAT team. Purchase of high volume foam trailer with the battery vehicles. Those are needed. Hired 5 new firefighters last year. Run volumes increased by 4.5% from last year. ago, making it an all-time high, integrated and launched a new state-of-the-art software at all 3 stations. I think we did over 10,000 runs last year. In our police department, our smart technology for a safer city. Some people, you know, hey, I don't know about this. It's, you know, it's the eye in the sky and all this stuff. It makes us safer. And in a world of today, I know it can be controversial, but we're not looking at your face. We're not doing all this stuff. We're trying to make the city of Taylor. We want you to be able to walk down the street and, you know, there's cameras everywhere, whether they're ours or not. You know, every house on them's got cameras now and stuff. So we're using this technology and it's been very successful. You know, we kicked off the drone as the first responder program with 650 flights in 2025. The implementation of over 400 security cameras, city and campus wide. Updated the alarm system in all city buildings, as you guys might be aware of. New officers, vehicles, and facility upgrades. We hired 11 new police officers in 2025. Received 4 new emergency vehicles, 3 Chevy Blazers and a Tesla Cybertruck, thanks to grants at no cost to the city. You know, some people were like, why did you get it? We got it for free. That's why we got it. We got it for free. Personally, I think they're ugly. I shouldn't say that, but you know, we got it for free. You know, but it's cool. Some people think it's cool, and it's a good way for police to interact with people in the community and stuff. But the new roof on the police, we also got a new roof on the police building and the auxiliary building, which was much needed. It would rain just as hard in the police building sometimes as it did outside. So, you know, to continue to update and give the equipment to our first responders is a huge priority, and we're going to continue to do that because their safety is very, very important to me as well as everybody else in the city of Taylor, I believe. At least when I knocked on doors, that's what everybody had said. And we're going to continue that promise. The Taylor Sportsplex. Basically, to me, the biggest hockey arena in Southeast Michigan. I learned a fact one time that basically everybody that plays in the NHL has played at the Taylor Sportsplex at least 1 or 2 times in their entire career, which I thought was pretty cool. It hosted the State Wars International Roller Hockey Tournament, welcoming over 350 teams globally, scheduled to return this summer, which is, I did not know, which is a great, that's great to hear. Successfully hosted the Wheel in Motion fundraiser on the first Saturday in June. This was a great event. This was for veterans. I actually went and that was a great, a lot of cars out there, and that was to actually help a police officer, a fallen police officer. And now that I think about it, that was a really nice event. We also purchased 2 new Zambonis for the ice this year, which we needed, and those are a little more expensive than I anticipated, but you know, if you have ice, you need a Zamboni, eh? So, but Tom does a great job over at the Taylor Sportsplex. You know, just as much as you know, our night, you know, we do this rental, the skate rental, and the you know, we do the open skating with the lights and the DJ skate. That's what it is, and that's been a huge success. And we're going to continue to get people over there, and they enjoy it. And when I go over there for the tournaments, Bell Tire, big partner of ours, they're very successful, and people from all over the country absolutely love that place. Taylor Golf, where we're at now, elevating golf facilities and community impact. $4 million invested in golf course upgrades, bunkers, driving range, tees, bridges, and ponds. Many of you will see them starting in the spring. Some have been started already. Lakes of Taylor hosted the PGA Hope program, offering veterans a free Learn to Golf experience supporting community in transition. I went to one of these meetings last year. It was absolutely incredible. I couldn't believe how many veterans came out and took advantage of this, and it was great to see Alec, our director, puts these on, and they are absolutely incredible, and he really enjoys doing them, and I appreciate the fact that he does these. As a veteran, Alec, I appreciate you doing this, and the turnout was absolutely amazing. Thank you. Taylor Meadows upgraded to all new simulators, enhancing competitiveness in Michigan's indoor golf market. So if you do want to keep your swing going and you like to golf in the winter, Taylor Meadows does have simulators. Building and grounds. Over $1 million invested in our senior center. A senior center is a thriving place. I try to get over there as much as I can. My dad basically lives in that place. So he's always telling me what they need, what they want, and so he's their union steward, so to speak. The TBA and TIFA funding delivered a new van, which was donated by the late Margaret Tucker, which was incredible. We didn't even know. She was an avid goer of the senior center, and when she passed away, she left a large chunk of money for, she wanted the seniors to be able to go to different, outings and stuff, so she left money for trips and transportation, which was a great gift. The HVAC, the boiler and new generator upgrades, a walk-in freezer and lighting improvements, new parking lot and fencing, full interior and exterior painting. You really want to cause controversy at a senior center? Pick paint colors. But I think it looks absolutely beautiful, but boy, everybody's got a different opinion. But everybody's happy now. Building and grounds, the HVAC, continuing on building and grounds, our HVAC upgrades at City Hall and the Police Department, TSX, and the Lakes of Taylor through a $4.5 million investment split between TBA and TIFA. As you can see, our HVAC systems in these buildings, a lot of them are original. So purposely, we left it a little cooler in here this morning because you never know what you're going to get in this room sometimes. So I wanted it to be a little cooler because when this room filled up, it was probably going to be a little hot, and I didn't want it to be super hot in here. So if you're cold, I'm sorry, but that was my call. The Greenwald House, where Maggie's Sweet Shop is, the rehab at Heritage Park, we're making an investment because it is a historical home. And it is a huge part of Heritage Park. And we're going to put $375,000 in the interior and exterior home. So think about that. It is a historical home, and we're putting $375,000 into that house to restore it. So, you hear that sometimes, and you're like, well, it's worth it. It's a staple, so, but sometimes the math doesn't always make sense. Buildings and grounds, on continuation, the new fencing installed in all 3 cemeteries the City of Taylor has, totaling $177,000, which I think is a nice upgraded. We went with the black vinyl coated fencing, and I think it makes a world of difference. And now going on to our clerk's department. I probably should have had Cindy come up and do this thing, but the precinct changes in community services. Our clerk's department is a great department. Cindy is an incredible clerk. Sarah, her number 2 deputy clerk, does a great job. I'm down in that office probably 3 days a week, 4 days a week. They buy me bagels on Tuesday, which is a plus. But they consolidated the precincts from 23 to 15. Sometimes a lot of people, but with the early voting and everything and stuff, a lot of people don't go to the precincts as much, so it only made sense. They also do the cemetery cleanups, which is a huge thing. They go out, and we get a lot of volunteers for that, which is always great. And then they do the 2 annual shred days, which Rotary assists with as well, which is great for the residents. But they did an outstanding job. We had an election last year. And as you always see on the news, there's always a lot of issues with a lot of communities when it comes to elections, and you never see Taylor on there. So that's a credit to our clerk and our deputy clerk and her entire department. So kudos to Cindy Bauer. Community development. Our director is Chris Klinchok. Community improvement projects, the completion of Emmett Murray and Forest Lane Street project, boiler and freezer replacement projects at the senior center, ongoing residential home rehabilitation projects, sewers, roofs, HVAC, and energy efficient window replacement. That allows us, community development allows us to get federal funds to help residents. And we can also use some of those on projects within the city, which works out well. And we take advantage of that. And Chris does a good job on helping us with that. You know, a lot of you know it as HUD. So we use those, we make sure we use those those dollars, and Chris does a great job at managing those really well. Economic development, Paula Fisher is the director. She's done a great job. She's been there roughly a year now. Projects approved through TRIFA is the reconstruction of Superior Parkway, which we were going to do Bracco Road, but with all the construction there, we kind of switched over to Superior last year. The Eureka Road Corridor Project, renovation of Taylor Animal Shelter, renovation of fire stations 2 and 3. Both those fire stations were old and outdated, and we went in and redid both of those. Walking into your work, and it's dreary and old and outdated, that affects morale. So getting these buildings up to par and making them a little nicer, you know, helps morale in my opinion, and that was a priority. And to me, I think it was big, and hopefully, you know, it's a little easier going into work every day when it's a little nicer in there and stuff. We did the same thing in the police department a few years ago with the locker rooms and stuff. So also approved by the DCC. The brownfield assessments on the Champaign and Telegraph parcel near Hungry Howie's with the soil testing and potential sale. Now we have new businesses that we are happy to talk about that opened up in the city of Taylor. Advantage One, new building right there on right by Goddard and Telegraph. Aldi, which is in the old it was Circuit City, and I can't think of Big Lots down there by Dick's Sporting Goods in Eureka. On Eureka, we have Bigby, Beach Daily in Goddard area, Blue Agave, which is the old Matador, which I grew up down the street from. Brookwood Estates, which is over by the post office on Goddard Road. Cricket Wireless, which is in the new Pete's Place strip mall there on Telegraph. Delight Cafe and Deli, that's right on the corner of Pardee and Goddard, kind of over by City Hall. And City Hall, they make a great sandwich and soup, I can tell you that. I've been there for lunch a few times. Dominus Market redid their entire building, and they added the gas station. Enterprise Rent-A-Car, they went into the old bar there right on Beach Daily and Goddard, or Northline, I'm sorry. Expert Heating and Cooling, they had their anniversary, but they redid their inside there. Hampton Matter, I wasn't able to make that grand opening, but they did a brand new opening. And K-Pot, they opened up last year. I always mess this name up, and I go here on a regular basis, but I think it's La Halai. It's a Mexican food place right there at Telegraph, just south of Wick Road. Main Event, which is the big facility right there on Eureka. Modern Psych and Wellness is on Goddard Road, down by Morton View. Rita's Ice on Telegraph next to Buffalo Wild Wings, and Michigan Title just opened up on Allen Road over by Northline. And so there's a lot of good things coming right now. There's some things I can't talk about, but literally I just got up, I was on the phone last night trying to beat them down to see, and I got a call this morning that said I can announce this. So I'm happy to announce that on the corner of Telegraph and Eureka is where the old Bed Bath & Beyond Christmas tree story, a lot of people were talking about the vacancy of that, is my thing froze here, I'm not sure what's going, but is Kroger. So we're going to get a 100,000 square foot Super Kroger. This is their new version of the Super Kroger. They're going to put a road in there, which is going to connect it over to Pardee, the road on the south side. It's going to have a drive-through pharmacy, and this is also going to include fuel. The fuel station is going to be right behind our fire department. So we're very excited about this. This is a location that's high visibility. We think it's a great fit right there. Kroger provides lots of jobs, and They actually, the way it's designed, there's opportunity for outlots in front of it. But it's very exciting, and they're very excited to be here. They already have the one over on Ecorse and Monroe, and that location is always packed, always packed. And so I don't think that one down there is maybe going to give them a little relief over there, but at the same sense, Kroger just seems to be very, people really seem to like it. And when they came to us about this, especially this location, we're very excited about it. So I think that's going to continue. There is other things possibly going in that area, right? You know, we're having those discussions, but unfortunately can't talk about the other ones yet. So there's always that, and I hate saying that, but it is true. So we're getting there, and there's going to be some more exciting news coming down the pipe, but I'm very happy to announce that Kroger did allow me to talk about this today, and they are a go. They're in planning right now. They had to make a few changes, but they're resubmitting, so we're really excited about that. And the fact that they're putting that road in there, which will make it a little easier for people to get in and out of that intersection right there by Famous Dave's and stuff. So it's going to fill that empty area out. I know that furniture store, they're talking about closing some of those, but I think they'd said that they're already getting calls about a replacement for that, but they didn't say who it was. So I tried to get it from them, but they couldn't say. So I'm always trying to get that information. So is this the last slide? Okay, all right. So really excited about that. And you know, in closing, there's a couple things I want to talk about. Number one, I want to talk about being a part of Rotary. I really enjoy being a part of Rotary. I've got to meet so many great people being a part of Rotary. I enjoy going to the meetings. I don't get to make them all, and when I start to miss quite a few, I start to miss them. So, you know, seeing that video of, I still call him Judge, but he tells me to call him Tony. Judge Nacita is just a great human being, and that man is such a wealth of knowledge, it's unbelievable. So I want to congratulate him and Bob and everybody on their, Enrico. Their anniversaries, that's a long time, and I'm very proud to be Rotary, and if you're not, it's something you should consider. And you know, you don't have to make every meeting and stuff, but at least our group, I enjoy it, and I met a lot of friends. The other thing I want to talk about is being mayor of the city of Taylor. Right now, I would like, if you are a director in the city of Taylor, I'd like you to stand up and be recognized. If you work, now stay standing, please. If you work for the city of Taylor, please stand up and be recognized. Thank you. So I read this the other day, I was looking at it, and it said Babe Ruth once said, "The way a team plays as a whole determines the success." That's why Taylor's successful, in my opinion. I am nothing without my team. Not only professionally here in the city of Taylor, but at home. That's my wife, Amy Woolley, sitting right here in the front row. We'll be celebrating 35 years of marriage this year. You know? So we drive each other crazy every day, but we still love each other, and we put up with each other. And it's about teamwork. You know, we got two beautiful kids to show it, you know. But getting back to my Team Taylor, as I say all the time, they're the best. They are absolutely the best. And they're the reasons why this city is performing the way it is. They come to me with ideas. They come to me with visions. I ask them to reach for the stars, and boy, they go well above and beyond that. And that's what makes this city such a great community. And you know what, to me, my sergeant in the Army told me this. He said, "Tim, if you're going to lead, never be afraid to listen. Never be afraid to make a decision, but listen." And that's something I really took to heart my entire life. Listen and then make your decision. Sometimes you got to do it on the spot. But I'm lucky. I got great people around me. I mean, every department. I see these guys out here, water main breaks, you know, and stuff. When you see that, drive by and look at what they're doing. It's 2 degrees outside. They're in water, they're down in mud, and it's 3 in the morning, you know, and they probably could be going on 36 hours. You know, there's crunch times in City Hall, there's crunch time, you know, everybody has a role, and they're a part of the puzzle, but they're part of the team, and that's what makes us successful. And I'm so honored and humbled still, 5 years later, to be a part of this team. And I thank this community for allowing me to do it. It can be tough, don't get me wrong. I have my days, but I'm still honored to be here, and it's all because of the people that I get to work with every day. And I really, really want to thank my Chief of Staff, Dan Mazzaro, because he is he's my partner in crime. You know, we have our daily meetings, we have our talks, you know, without that person that you can bounce things off, to have those conversations and stuff. But my directors, everybody, and you know, just even everybody that's a part of the team, everybody matters, including the people working back there that are serving the drinks right here at Lakes of Taylor. They do an outstanding job. Thank you, ladies. You've done an outstanding job here tonight. You know? Everybody is a part of this team. And I try to recognize that as much as I can. So again, I want to thank you all so much. I know you're probably hungry. I know you're tired of listening to me. So as a typical Irishman, it's hard for me to give up the microphone. But one last thing. I want to congratulate this man, Mr. Joe Persicone, for his Paul Harris Award. Rotary did make that decision. But I always joke, if I had $1 for every time Mr. Persicone says, "We need to work together," I'd be a very rich man and I could retire tomorrow. So, congratulations, Joe.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay.
All right. Let's give Mayor Tim Worley another round of applause. Mayor Worley, you are doing a phenomenal job. I am so proud to be a citizen of the city of Taylor, and I'm sure, as you can see by the room, everyone is proud of the work that you are doing. So just a few acknowledgments before we cut for lunch. I would like to acknowledge Lindsay Eliason for putting our reels together today, Mr. Larry Wright, our Taylor Rotary ambassador. I would like to thank Carl and his team, Joe, of course, Alec and the Lakes, the City of Taylor Police, Fire, and State officers. We thank you for trusting Rotary with your projects and the things that you will have for us to do. We're super proud of our brand new city council that is here under the leadership of Charlie Johnson. So we're proud of them, our city attorney, Mr. Plano, and everyone else that works together to make this city what it is. So we're gonna break for lunch now. Is Colleen in the room? Are you gonna come forward? And while she does that, we always end our Rotary meetings with our 4-way test. And I hope I get this right. Number 1, is it the truth? And number 2, is it fair to all concerned? Number 3, will it build goodwill and better friendships? And number 4, is it beneficial to all concerned? So with that, we will end our Rotary meeting with the ringing of the bell. Everyone enjoy your lunch. Colleen is going to come forward and call tables.